Today, we're settling one of the biggest debates in the coding world: Sublime Text versus Neovim. Both are legendary editors with passionate followings, but which one deserves a spot in your development workflow in 2025? I've been using both extensively over the past few months, and I'm going to break down everything you need to know to make the right choice for your coding style. Whether you're a beginner looking for your first serious editor or a veteran considering a switch, this comparison will help you decide. Let's start with Sublime Text, the editor that revolutionized code editing when it launched over a decade ago. Sublime Text has always been known for its speed, elegance, and just works philosophy. In 2025, it remains one of the most polished editors available. The moment you open Sublime Text, you're greeted with a clean, minimalist interface that doesn't overwhelm you with unnecessary features. What makes Sublime Text special is its incredible performance. We're talking about instant startup times, smooth scrolling even with massive files, and responsiveness that makes other editors feel sluggish. The multi-cursor functionality is phenomenal. You can select multiple instances of text and edit them simultaneously, which is a massive productivity booster. The Go To Anything feature lets you quickly navigate files, symbols, and lines with just a few keystrokes. The package control system in Sublime Text is mature and robust. With thousands of packages available, you can extend Sublime Text to support virtually any programming language or workflow. Popular packages like Emmet for HTML or CSS, Sublime Linter for code linting, and Git Gutter for Git integration transform Sublime Text into a powerful development environment. Sublime Text search and replace functionality is incredibly powerful. The regex support is excellent, and you can search across entire projects with sophisticated filtering options. The distraction-free mode is perfect for focused coding sessions, and the vintage mode provides basic Vim key bindings if you're coming from a Vim background. The learning curve for Sublime Text is gentle. Most developers can become productive within hours, not weeks. The interface is intuitive, and the default settings work well for most use cases. You don't need to spend days configuring it before you can start coding productively. However, Sublime Text isn't without its limitations. It's a commercial product with a $99 license fee, though you can use it indefinitely with occasional pop-up reminders. The plugins ecosystem, while extensive, can feel outdated compared to modern editors. Some packages haven't been updated in years, and compatibility issues can arise. Language service protocol supports exist through plugins, but it's not as seamless as in more modern editors. The built-in terminal support is limited, and you'll likely need to rely on external terminal applications. Code completion and IntelliSense features are basic compared to full IDEs. The development pace has slowed significantly in recent years. Sublime Text 4 was released in 2021, but updates have been incremental rather than revolutionary. This stability can be seen as either a strength or weakness depending on your perspective. Now, let's dive into Neovim, the modern evolution of the legendary Vim editor. Neovim takes everything that made Vim powerful and adds modern features that today's developers expect. If you've ever been intimidated by Vim's learning curve, Neovim in 2025 is more approachable than ever while retaining all the power that made Vim legendary. Neovim's modal editing system is its defining feature. Instead of relying on mouse clicks and traditional menus, you work in different modes: normal mode for navigation, insert mode for typing, and visual mode for selection. This might seem strange at first, but once you internalize the modal workflow, you'll find yourself editing text faster than ever before. The plugin ecosystem around Neovim has exploded in recent years, with package managers like Lazy and Vim and Packer. Installing and managing plugins is straightforward. The Lua-based configuration system makes customization more powerful and performant than traditional Vim script. What really sets Neovim apart in 2025 is its built-in language service protocol support. This means you get IDE-like features, intelligent code completion, real-time error detection, go-to definition, and refactoring tools for virtually any programming language. Plugins like NVim, ispconfig make setting up LSP service trivial. The three-seater integration provides incredibly fast and accurate syntax highlighting. Unlike traditional regex-based highlighting, three-seater understand the actual structure of your code, resulting in more accurate highlighting and better performance with large files. Neovim's terminal integration is exceptional. You can run terminal commands without leaving your editor, and the integrated terminal feels native rather than track on. This makes it perfect for developers who prefer terminal-based workflows. The customization possibilities are endless. You can configure every aspect of Neovim's behavior, create custom commands, and even build your own plugins. Popular configurations like LunarVim, AstroVim, and NVChad provide IDE-like experiences out of the box while remaining fully customizable. However, Neovim's power comes with complexity. The learning curve is steep, especially if you're new to modal editing. Expect to spend weeks or even months becoming truly proficient.
The initial setup can be overwhelming while pre-configured distributions exist. Understanding how everything works together takes time. The modal editing paradigm isn't for everyone. Some developers never adapt to thinking in terms of motions and text objects. If you're used to traditional editors, the mental shift can be challenging. Plugin compatibility can be an issue. The rapid development of NeoVim means some plugins break with new versions. The fragmentation between different configuration approaches can make it hard to find consistent documentation and examples. Let's compare performance. Sublime Text wins in a raw setup speed and file opening times. It's optimized for instant responsiveness and handles large files effortlessly. Neovim, while fast, can have slower startup times depending on your plugin configuration, but excels in editing efficiency once you're proficient with the commands. For customization, Neovim is a clear winner. Everything is configurable, and the Lua based configuration system is powerful and flexible. Sublime Text is customizable but within more defined boundaries. Language support heavily favors Neovim in 2021. The built-in LSP support means you get first-class support for virtually any language. Sublime Text relies on plugins that may not be as current or feature complete. The learning curve heavily favors Sublime Text. You can be productive immediately, while Neovim requires significant time investment to master. For beginners or developers who want to start coding immediately, Sublime Text is the better choice. It's intuitive, fast, and gets out of your way. For developers willing to invest time in learning a more powerful tool, NeoVim offers unmatched flexibility and efficiency. If you work primarily with web technologies and want a clean, simple editor, Sublime Text excels. If you're a system administrator, DevOps engineer, or developer who lives in the terminal, NeoVim is probably the better fit. My recommendation: if you're new to programming or switching from a traditional IDE, start with Sublime Text. It's immediately productive and won't overwhelm you with options. Once you're comfortable with the text editing workflows, consider exploring Neovim. For experienced developers who want maximum efficiency and don't mind the learning curve, Neovim is incredibly rewarding. The initial time investment pays dividends in long-term productivity. In 2025, both editors remain excellent choices, but they serve different audiences. Sublime Text prioritizes simplicity and immediate productivity. Neovim prioritizes power and customization for those willing to invest the time to master it. And that's my take on Sublime Text versus Neovim in 2025.